time understanding why people continue to believe as they do once the truth has been put in front of them. Facts.
From your perspective,
Yeah.
historically, who was Jesus?
Historically, my perspective is irrelevant. It's either he existed or he didn't.
Do you believe he existed?
It's possible. I see no proof. I know of no evidence. There have been efforts to engage in a conspiracy to say that one thing or another proves or disproves. I see no evidence one way or the other. So, from that perspective, I guess I'm agnostic in terms of whether or not he existed. However, that's to say that he could have and he might not have. We just don't know.
It's like Abraham Lincoln. He's documented, but you never saw him in person.
No, we have documentation that proves he was here.
Don't we have
We don't have
documentation on Jesus?
No, we don't.
Like what kind of documentation?
No, we do not.
They recognize his existence.
I don't believe it. I haven't seen the proof. These are all religious nuts propagating their own religious beliefs. And there's no reason for them not to do that, because what's the incentive to believe if you are supposed to be a Christian? We're in a Christian nation. I'm not saying we are. We're in a Christian nation. And you believe or you profess to believe something that's antithetical or heretical to the national belief or the religious belief of the land, you could lose your life. You're certainly going to lose your property. Again, it gets back to what I say as being empirical proof. We know that no matter whether there was or wasn't a Jesus Christ, we know that people have died because of it. Starting with him, well, even before him. We have proof that people died as a result of
It's
Christianity.
interesting. You
And
feel
so-
like there's proof that he died, but you don't think there's proof.
No,
he
I didn't say
existed?
that. I didn't say that.
You said starting with him.
I'm saying
We have empirical proof that,
No,
that
I
people
don't-
died because of him,
Yeah, we have-
including him, starting with him.
Yes.
So that would mean that he died.
but
He
not
died
to
and
continue
existed.
the empirical proof that he died. No, that I should have separated the two because they're two different things.
Okay.
We have empirical proof that people have died as a result of the concept of Jesus Christ, and as a matter of fact, we know this. We know this. Now, what we don't know is if he actually existed in the way that we like to consider him, more like a Jew, more like most people in the world considered Christ to have been either a teacher, a prophet, along those lines, not a savior. Most people who are believers in some faith do not believe him to have been the Messiah, as Christians do. It's inherent in Christianity to believe that, and everything that goes with it. You have to. If you don't, you're not really a Christian. You're some version of Christianity.
I'd go along with that. But I mean, I don't think you can believe what Jesus said and believe that any evidence of Christ you're saying is from the Bible, and I don't believe you can.
Can't reinforce. Yeah.
So I don't believe that you can believe that Jesus was a good person and not believe he was who he said he was.
No, that's not true. They're not mutually. They can be mutually exclusive. They're not. You don't have to believe one thing and not the other. That's the nature of Christianity. If you consider yourself to be Christian, you have to subscribe to all of those notions associated with Christianity. You have to, or you're just simply not. Either that, or you're just a bad Christian.
Right.
Anything other than that, you're something else. And
I
in
would
my
agree.
case,
But I don't.
excuse me.
What I can't wrap my arms around is how somebody could believe that he existed and that he was a good person and a good prophet and a good teacher, but he wasn't who he said he was.
Why not? What's the problem?
Because
What
then
is
he
your
would-
problem with it?
If he wasn't who he said he was a liar. He was a
You
fraud.
can still be both. You don't have to be a good. You can be a liar. You can be a prophet. You can be all those things. You don't have to.
And still be a good person.
Yes. Good people lie all the time.